Hi guys, how's it going? I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm super excited to share with you this video, which is a photo essay breakdown of my series, The Beautiful Game. So I've been meaning to shoot this video for a while. This is a goal we had all together where we reached the 20 Patreon mark. I was going to share a video breaking down one of my essays. We got there a few weeks ago, but I'm really sorry for taking so long to get this finally out. I was waiting for my new light to arrive, and it did, and then it broke, and then I had to send it back. And so now everything's good. This is actually the second time me filming this because I forgot to press record, and I don't usually record myself. So we're recording now, and we're good to go. Before I go on, guys, I've still got 8 copies of my zine, Someplace Warm, left. If you are wanting one, I have a Patreon sale going until they're all running out. They're selling for about $20 Australian, and it really just depends on the shipping, plus shipping, and then where you are in the world. Let me know if you're interested. I've still got them here, and they're waiting for a nice home or a gift to go to, so yeah, let me know. So today, guys, like I said, I thought it'd be really cool to break down my photo essay, The Beautiful Game. I shot this essay while I was living in Canada, in Tofino, British Columbia. If you haven't seen the essay yet, I'll leave a link in the description of this video, as well as the fact that I'll be going along with this, and all the photos will be up on the screen, so you can just watch and they'll be there. But if you haven't had a look yet, I really encourage you to take a look. It's a series I'm really happy with, and I think you'll really like it. So I'll leave a link below for you to check it out. So guys, if we jump right in, I can tell you that I shot over 250 photos in this, hour and a half period of shooting. That's quite a lot. And it was a really lucky scene. I'm really glad we stumbled upon it, but I think with these photos, you'll understand why I took 250. It was so pretty out there, and I think that the setting really molded well with my style. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Okay guys, so this first photo is what's called an establishing shot. And it's, as the name implies, it establishes the scene. Usually these shots are quite wide, and that's exactly what I was going for with this one. I really wanted to encompass the whole beach, the whole setting of where this really nice soccer match was happening. Usually when I shoot beach things, I like to keep it minimal. And that's what I've done here. I've dropped the contrast, I've dropped the clarity, and what you've been left with is this really soft, ethereal looking space. And fortunately, the subjects involved had some really nice colored clothing on, and so that allowed for a little bit of pop, and that kind of let you as the viewer see there's a game going on, or something's going on over there. It's not just a sandy beach with the waves in the background. There's a bit more to this. So moving on, this second photo is certainly my favorite of the whole series. This isn't what you call an ultra wide, this is more a medium wide shot. It's not introducing the scene anymore, it's more introducing the story. And here our story is a game of soccer between some friends, a game of pretty competitive soccer from what I can say. And yeah, this just really introduces the story. And I really love this photo mainly because it's balanced. You've got 4 subjects on one side and 4 on the other, with your center subjects framed perfectly in the middle with the ball as well. So it really draws your attention to the middle, and it really highlights the teams and the competition involved. This was one of my favorite photos of the series, if not the, and to be honest, it was a lot of luck just being in the right place for this to happen, but I guess that's what we're there for. So this next shot is a introductory shot. So I really wanted to introduce a character to our story. I think it's a really powerful move to do that. And this guy was generous enough to agree to being photographed. And he was certainly the most talented player out there. And also the fact that he was pretty good looking too really made my job quite easy. I thought it was great to bring this up in the series. I had him later on, maybe photo 8 or 9. But I thought it'd be really smart to kind of show the viewer that this is one of the people involved in this scene. And I think it was great because we shot this quite tight, and what that meant is that we really got a feel for who was playing. If I stood really far back and shot really wide, or shot with a super zoom lens and got some really tight portraits, it wouldn't have felt as intimate. And that's what this game was. It was really intimate. It seemed like it was among friends, and family, and we were lucky enough to be involved. And so yeah, that's what I really wanted to show off with the portraits in this series, was that it was an intimate affair. Okay, and so now the next 4 to 5 images are really the heart of this essay. This is where all the elements come together, and it's really showcasing the game of soccer, so our storyline. The first photo, I really like how again the subject is centered between other subjects. And then moving on, I've included 2 sequences of play. So the first sequence is of my buddy Imri taking on what looks to be a 15-year-old. And his celebration was quite embarrassing, let's say, for beating a 15-year-old, but nevertheless. This sequence was really nice to include because it followed the next. I hope that makes sense. So it goes 1, 2, and 3. So each of these photos is complementing the next and the one before it. I think it was a really great idea to include this because it kind of links the storyline in a nice sequence, a chronological sequence. So here you've got him taking on this kid, going around, and then having a shot on goal. You can kind of notice in the background that the clouds have really rolled in, and that was something I was struggling with because we started with a really bright scene and then we had to move into this really overcast scene. I think what I ended up doing was I dropped the highlights to kind of save the clouds and really brought up the contrast and saturation with the clothes and what the characters were wearing. Like I said, I was lucky they had bright clothes on, and that really made my job a lot nicer when it came to editing this series. So the next sequence of play I was talking about is this other one of 2 characters chasing the same ball, followed by the character on the right getting the ball in, or getting there first. Again, I really like this sequence involved within the main essay. It really highlights the story, the game, and also again with this first image is the fact that there's that competition being highlighted. You've got 2 players on either side of the ball, so the goal. I really like these 2, and they were really funny guys, so they were loving being in front of the camera also. This shot is another portrait, and this is of, I can't remember his name actually, but a lovely young kid, and he was the one that invited us in, so I really wanted to include him in the final essay. But the main reason that I got him in is because he looks quite sweaty, and I really wanted to showcase that this was a game, like it wasn't just a kick around, like these boys were really trying to win. And I was lucky enough that his like reddish face matched his lovely shirt, and also his lips too. So it's a really nice balance between the colors and the background. And yeah, I think it was great I wish I put more portraits in, but none of them turned out as nice as the 2 I've included. So yeah, that's the reason for this one. Moving on, these next 2 photos are what you call cutaway shots. Alone, they're not that spectacular. But storyline, they're really great. So the first one, you've got Imri, what looks like he's walking off the field, and then the next one, you've got a goalie holding the ball. These photos on their own aren't spectacular, I admit, but when they're put together, it kind of links the story to a conclusion. It kind of showcases like the end of something. We started with the intro, we had the climax in the game, and now we're kind of moving out of that. This shot isn't what you would call a cutaway, but I really wanted to include it because it just looks really nice. Again, it's not spectacular, it's not very engaging, but I think it tells a really nice story. So this character is kind of like us, like we're watching this game of soccer, and that's why I really wanted to include him, because he's looking at the game the same way we are, like with intrigue and fascination. And I think the fact that this works so great is the fact his colors complement each other. He's wearing blue, and then he's wearing yellow goldeny pants. So those colors really balance well together. And the fact that I shot this on a 35mm lens, which is exactly the focal length that our eyes see, it really encourages us to put ourselves in that position. He's watching the game just like I was watching the game, and just like I hope you feel when you watch the game. I dropped the contrast a bit, but I still think the pop is there, and that's why I really like this and why I included it. It's not a massive thing I usually do with my essays, but I thought that this frame really brought you in as much as I felt on the day. And lastly, guys, this is my closing shot. It is another wide angle that I did capture earlier in the shoot. The reason I wanted to end on a wide is because I opened with a wide. I still wanted to showcase where we were. I feel the middle of the essay couldn't really do that because I was involved in the play. And so here you kind of see the sand really ruffled up. You see a bit more competition. It looks a bit more directive. And yeah, I think the fact that it is another shot from quite a way back kind of just shows the place that these guys were playing in and really closed off the story nicely. And that's it. That is my essay, The Beautiful Game. I really hope you enjoyed this little breakdown. I hope to do more of these. I think it's a really nice idea to revisit some old work and kind of break down the reasons for things. I really love putting these essays together. I really hope that you enjoy them too. And I think I'm gonna keep doing more of these. So let me know what you think. And again, just a reminder that I still have 8 copies of the zine. So if you're interested, let me know. But otherwise guys, let's talk soon and thanks for watching. Cheers.